Okay. Oof. Still having trouble with reparry, but that's, I don't know, it's feeling more and more like me, which I guess is right. Speed. I have just gotten back from a haircut. I have lost a half hour. I am motivated. I believe we're just working on 5 stars right now. There's no way the 6 stars are ready. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Hey, Robbie. How's it going? I shouldn't even be bothering phasing to get power. I just need to land 3 hits with her. I really need to embrace that for Ghost in Arena. And I should have thrown that and gotten the poisons right away. So not used to recoil. Not another bald YouTuber? I am not another bald YouTuber. I'm picking up a fair amount of gray hair, though. At least, you know, relatively speaking, for somebody under 30. That was close. Alright. My game auto-updated itself. Probably okay, but it feels like maybe it's a little bit slower in between fights. I don't know. Maybe it's just that the little loading icon shows up earlier than the, whatchamacallit, than the network one did. Must be the water. Don't seem to be affected by stress. Oh, I definitely am. No, I think the gray hair thing is just genetics. My grandmother went white pretty early. Hey, Madrox. With taking off the beta features? See, that's why I used to have them off, and then everybody told me that I was crazy, and it was all super stable now, and I don't know, man. I really don't. I'm in an alliance with a chat killer. Is that meta? I actually, I feel bad because, like, I wanted to respond to that, but, like, that was exactly as my haircut ended, and I was like, I need to get back and get on stream. Seemed to be roughly what happened last time, too. Oh my god. Do I even have parries? Always wondered what you look like, but I almost don't want to know at this point. Oh, that's right. It's only non-damaging unless we, like, get above a certain number of whatchamacallits, which is not going to happen at this point. That's fine. He's dead. My grandma's like 84 something, her hair's still half black. Yeah, I mean, it's... You never know, man. Yeah, I think that. Oh, no, 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 no. I know what you mean, Snoops. Don't worry about it. It is kind of funny the first time that, especially if you've heard their voice, but just if you have a personality built up for somebody in general. The first time you see them, I feel like it's not that it's disappointing, but it's almost impossible for it to be what you expect. Even if you have something built up where you're, or even if you decide like, oh yeah, that makes sense, it's still probably not exactly what you were picturing. Think more of this. It's kind of funny that the autofill goes highest PI to lowest PI when the teams that you face always go lowest to highest. Or I guess they actually don't. No, they definitely don't, but I feel like more often than not they're lowest to highest. Maybe that's by prestige and not PI. I've never paid that much attention to it. Firth talking in a Ryan Reynolds-y voice. I don't actually look like Colin Firth, but, you know, given that I am not a Hollywood actor, it's hard to point specifically to one. And I've been told I'm not too far off from him with a beard. I do hear the Ryan Reynolds thing, I just tend to talk lower in my voice. Come on, buddy, throw? No? Alright, that'll work. I have yet to move from your last stream. Funny. Oh, I just noticed the new class wheel thing. We'll look at that when things slow down. Yeah, this seems fine. I have a picture in my head of what you look like, and it doesn't involve a beard. I have been bearded pretty much non-stop. That's about the age of 18. Yep, glasses. I'm not like uber testosterone where I instantly look like I have a 5 o'clock shadow if I haven't shaved in the last 3 hours. but it does grow quickly enough that I find my facial hair very annoying if I don't let it at least sit into a beard. God. So out of practice. Were you that guy in high school who insisted on keeping his facial hair? A little bit. Um, Only my senior year. It was not great, but I think it's better than you're picturing. Do I wear flannel shirts and look like a lumberjack? I am tall. I don't often wear flannel, but I have some. Um, God, all of these are awful for Sims up, so I think I'll go hype and just brute force it. Maybe I need to clean the screen. I know they're throwing it at weird times, and that's part of it, but I feel like I'm missing too many parries. But also, what is that AI that Venom just did? They really are landing at 1% a lot. Like, I'm not I'm not gonna go conspiracy theory or anything, but I can definitely see how if you play Arena for a while, it starts to... Ugh, I should have just thrown that earlier. It starts to bother you just how often they land at 1%. On a scale of Brian Grant to KT1, how long is the beard? Probably about a third of the way from Brian to KT. It's actually not that far off from Reed's. I'm not gonna lie. Senior year is fine. Yeah. No, I didn't have any facial hair before senior year. I mean, some people can pull it off before then. That was a very well-timed voice crack. But I was certainly not among those people. Oh, don't. It's really just going to be this temperamental all day. All right, I'll be right back, guys. You are Reed. That's funny. There are... It's not the worst comic book comparison. It's just that he's a bit of a rude person um, in the comics, and I wouldn't want to be that. I like the rest of his personality pretty well. I definitely identify a little bit. I will say, Snoops, the patchy thing is something that you kind of have to just test periodically. Stop blocking. Jesus. Just... But like just over the summer or something where it doesn't matter as much, just let it grow out and don't care at all about upkeeping it. See what happens. Maybe trim it up, see how that looks, and then all right, not yet. Shave it off. Check back in a year or something. I feel like that's the only way to really know. Because to fix the patchy thing, you do kind of have to just let it go for a bit first. Um, yeah, this is. Yeah, Pooba, I'm grinding for 6-star hype. I definitely would have switched to another arena at this point. Pulled something of a Vega look. When my hairdresser emphasized I have a bit of curly hair in Vega straight. Gotcha. Oh, Vega had curly hair. Not like curly curly, but at least waves. I don't know. How's the crystal opener feel about your Yeah, no, she prefers it. I have offered to shave before. Oh, uh-oh. Did not want to... Well, that's okay. But I didn't necessarily want to use the 455s. So that's a mistake right there. This is awful. Why am I having so much fun playing Icarus? Because he's a fun champ, Slay. Drugs. 'Score-wise, 65 million plus. Based on how I've gone so far, I may come closer to 70. And I'm completely okay with that. And his specials to stone nothing until he's actually ramped. Hey, Cyber, how's it going? Oh, nope, stop. Alright. There are no 6-stars ready, right? Okay, just checking. Go ahead and go through these. The help button. Should have some ready soon. Odin has to be... Maybe not. Maybe it took me longer than I thought to go through some of these auxiliaries. Doing good, Cyber. This is definitely my big project for now. Next time I get a break, for one thing I have to shower, because haircut. But then I think this week is probably when I'm going to start on a series I've been hoping to do for a while. Just an MCOC glossary. The early episodes are probably going to be... Don't do this. Okay. Are probably going to be under most of y'all's level, honestly. Kind of a basics of like what is a combo, what's the difference between dexing and evading, what's the difference between parry and a well-timed block, etc. But then I'm hoping to move into like resistances, armors, energy, physical, that kind of stuff. Which again may still be beneath a lot of y'all, but I just feel like the game does not do a great job explaining a lot of that stuff. And I get asked those kinds of questions or have to clarify those kinds of questions often enough to make a point about why a champion is good or something that I think it would be better for me to have a playlist I can point to, which is like, go watch these if you want to understand how the game works. Because a lot of the little things feel like really pedantic, but they matter because then it's like, oh, this is the reason that you misunderstood this node because you were misunderstanding this small element of the basics and nobody corrected you on it because they would have felt like a jerk, but it actually did come up. We'll see. Yeah, Dave's old videos are good, for sure. Just feel like I want to give my take on that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. It's not new at this point. Hey, floppy sausage. How's it going? I just tippity tap it so he dies. That is the basic. Finally took Strife up today. He's so fun to play. Yeah, I really do like Strife. I hope I can dupe mine soon. Just makes him so much better. CGR looks a lot better with silver stars. Yeah, and that damnation really is nice. Hey, Vega, how's it going, man? Congrats on your rank ups. And you said you're dropping a video on that, right? Took Cersei to rank 2, Sig 20, had a 1 to 2 gem expiring. We'll try to play her on offense a bit more. Nice, yeah. I really think that he's awesome. Feel like Strife hardly needs the awakening. It's not about the glancing or the invisibility, Will. It's about the ability to ramp him without needing to go to the special 3. Because I don't know if you've run into this, but once you have 25 charges, in most content, making it to the next special 3 without killing the opponent can be very, very difficult. So no, I definitely think that Strife wants his awakening for you to do anything useful with him. Ward's opening tomorrow, rank ups on Thursday. Nice. Hey, Jason, how's it going? Hey, Infamous. I'm curious, do you know enough of these various languages to do this, or are you looking these up as you go? The Spanish one was easy. I know enough French to read that, but I wouldn't have known it without looking it up. I'm just curious. Hey, meta. Took me a while to figure out the differences between all the non-damaging debuffs. That's a good shout, Easy. I'll write that down in a second. Because a lot of them really do sound similar, don't they? One sec, got a page back through my notes of all the timestamps. Appreciate that. Does he need the dupe for Abyss? Not at all. No, Strife can be ramped in a single fight there on pretty much any path you take with him. Just explored Act 7, pulled 3 to 4, already have Hercules, so null it is. Nice, Jason. Oh, I didn't hold this. Okay. That's something I need to get used to if I'm gonna heavy counter heavies. It's not like throwing a heavy, you really have to hold it. That's on me. Grew up in Europe, so I have a passing understanding of quite a few. That's awesome. Yeah, I can process a lot of them. For me, it's the music education, because German and the Romance languages all have a place in like the Western classical art canon, so to speak. But yeah, I don't actually speak that many, so I'm jealous of that. That's very cool. Oh, I hate glancing so much. Okay. Cowardice is basically half of Taunt true potential. It reduces special attack damage. I think it's better to understand Cowardice as the inverse of Prowess, in my opinion. As far as I can remember, Cowardice doesn't actually affect chance to throw special attacks, and I think Taunt actually just reduces... Oop, didn't mean to do that at all. Love when it just dashes back in the middle of a combo. But I believe Taunt just reduces attack across the board. It's not just for specials. Hey, Pop Images. Will, I'm planning on doing like a glossary series, which will be really basic, but there's a lot of, well, it'll start basic, it'll get more complicated. But there's a lot of interactions in this game that it's really easy to either misunderstand or understand only about 90% of, and that last 10% will lead you to misreading a node or a new champ ability or something along those lines. So that's what I'm aiming to avoid. Okay, that's actually all I have. Why did I come on stream for this? Wait, who's next? These are a full hour out? How is that possible? People not been hitting help? So confused. Because I can't go in with these. Like, I could use 4 stars. Well, let's hit help on the 6 stars, and then I'll think about what I'm going to do. Here, Afrikaans is pretty easy to learn. Is Misty Knight good? I've seen next to nothing on her. I think she's going to be good. It's just hard to tell. What I keep saying when people ask is that I have not gotten a chance to play her, but it's hard for me to process somebody with up to 100% uptime on guaranteed unblockable crits with the ability to either turn off evade or spike her attack rating up near 10,000. It's hard for me to imagine that package being bad. Like, she doesn't have much else going on, but the way I think about it is that, like, unblockable is such a strong ability that you have to really play around the rest of their kits to get decent uptime with it on Nick or Shang-Chi, or you have to be, you know, close to death with Nick. Misty, it seems like it should be easier to maintain that unblockable, but she pays for it by maybe not having quite as much beyond that. I don't know, I'm still interested. Or I'm still very interested. Does Infuriate also work as a semi-taunt? I don't think so, True Potential. I think, if anything, it may actually work slightly in the other direction. Because anytime the opponent dashes forward is also a time they are choosing not to throw a special attack, which should make a lot of sense if you start thinking about your experiences trying and failing to bait out special attacks. I don't believe cowardice always cancels prowess easy. I think that's because of specifically Kitty's kit that you're thinking that. And that's part of what I want to go over. Is that it's like oftentimes debuffs or buffs do a specific thing for one person's kit, but it's not actually part of the buff. And exhaustion is a weird one because every exhaustion in the history of the game has reduced ability power rate and critical damage, and then they added Betsy, where it only does one of those. I appreciate both you guys, Meta and Slay. Alright, yeah. I suppose we might as well do some 4 stars. Since when do I have a rank 3 Medusa? I don't. That's a rank 2 with recoil. But I probably will take her up pretty soon. Sure thing, Chris. Welcome. If Misty's gonna shine, I think it will be in BGs or War. Yeah, that sounds fair to me. I was just trying to play Phoenix like Falcon. I know that makes no sense. But I do that sometimes with Bleed Over and strategy. 100% at 7-4 yesterday. Not great openings, unfortunately. Cosmic 3-4 that I'm still undecided about. Sorry. No, Slay. It doesn't actually increase special likelihood. It is possible that what you're perceiving is that if the opponent is dashing more often, then instead of spending time blocking, they're spending time dashing forward and being closer to you, which means that more of your time leaving yourself open is spent leaving yourself open within a distance of them that makes them go, ah, there's an opening for a special. So I feel like this is one of those things where it's like, I don't think that Mysterio actually has a lower chance to throw his specials, but he effectively has a lower chance to throw his specials because the windows where the AI checks to throw a heavy and throw a special overlap. And so sometimes Mysterio, instead of throwing a special in a perfect spot to throw a special, will decide it's time to throw a heavy. If you notice, there's one lane in particular in 7-3 that I remember running into this on. I think it's encroaching stun heavy assault. And so baiting out their specials really matters because of encroaching stun. But it's really difficult to bait out their specials because in the places where they would throw specials, they keep throwing heavies because the priority on their heavies is turned up thanks to heavy assault. So you have to think about like any change to the AI behavior is going to have knock-on effects, even if it doesn't actually move that dial. They're all dependent on each other, so the stuff gets weird quickly. My guess is that's what you're running into today. Thanks, Vega. Yeah, it'll also be somewhat similar, but inverted to the issues with XL champions. I can't believe he just sat there and dexed me. Jerk. Right, exactly. It's that's a good point, Slate. It's like the yeah, long dashbacks make it harder to bait specials the same way that Infuriate creates more opportunities to bait specials, is how I would put it. Boo. You could think of it as a pseudo taunt. In my limited experience with Infuriate, though, I don't. They almost never throw it as soon as they cross the bar. Like, it might make it easier to bait it before they get to 2 bars, but I've had very little experience with them throwing it right as they get to a bar. If that makes any sense. Which is why I think that it actually slightly decreases their chance to throw at certain points. don't think I've played Quake at all since the input issues began, and it's just made me really happy that not one of my mains. It was really hard to actually land a hit off of that evade, which is what I tried to do there. Yeah, taunt is strong. When it works. One champ special attacks that still scares you to dex properly? Oh, I have a long list. That's one of my weaknesses as a player. I am not as good at the fancy dexes. I mean, most of the ones that are just really hard to dex, like Punisher 2099, I don't think I've gone for that since he came out. Ultron Special 2. That one I don't go for the full dex on that one, so I guess that counts. I normally do the block, dex. Doom Special 2? Doom I'm not scared of. Like, you know, stuff happens, especially in Arena. But I trust myself pretty well on that Special 2. Yeah, that's awesome, PWF. I'm not sure I know any Quakers that miss her. Elsa is one? Elsa Special 1, Vega? Because that one I'm very comfortable with, but the hitboxes are weird. They are so much earlier than you think they should be. Spider-Man Special 1 or Captain Marvel Special 2. Spider-Man is also one that I tend to block, dex, but yeah, I normally don't go for it on Special 2. On free Special 2. Korg Special 1 definitely still scares me. Like I said, this is not a strong point of my play. Quake is boring. All of Elsa. Yeah, I don't go for the Special 2 at all. Is that actually a reliable dex for her Special 2? Because I've never gone for it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I've just never seen it done. It was kind of like the first time I saw somebody dex Hit Monkey Special 2, and I was like, wait, what? It's 3 dexes? That changed things. Funny Madrox. Korg is another one of the, like, a lot of the ones that I'm worst at have hitboxes that don't correspond to their visual. And I've always felt that way about Korg. Like, you just cannot tell me that you are actually dexing when the bullets get to you. And anyone that's built like that bothers me. Because, like, I'm all for learning dexes, but I am slower at them when they don't match up to the visuals. And whenever they don't match up to the visuals, it doesn't feel like it's, this is another skill I have to learn. It's like, it almost feels like Kabam messed up. Like, why don't they match the visuals? Is it hard? Yeah, dexing Hitmonkey Special 2 is very satisfying. Oh, MODOK Special 1 catches you all the time? That's not the easiest one in the world. I did get hit by it in the last war of the season, like, but I also knew I would. I was nervous. I think I'm pretty safe with that one just because I've done the Killmonger versus MODOK so many times. Strange's specials are definitely weird. The Special 2 is a little bit faster than you think it is. And the Special 1 is one of those weird slow projectiles that also moves the camera. I hate the specials that move the camera. Oh, Yellow Jacket Special 1, like, I can do that up close sometimes, but I do my best to set myself up that I don't have to. That's on the very long list of specials that I do medium, light, 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 back off, and wait. I do not finish combos against Yellow Jacket. I remember getting mad at somebody once in war because they died because they finished a combo against Yellow Jacket and then tried to Dex. And I'm like, well, did you practice that? Did you think that was safe? And they're like, well, no, I never feel comfortable with it. And I'm like, well, then why didn't we talk about it? Because I would have said, don't finish your combos. It's really that simple. Like, more power to people who get it all the time from whatever distance. I don't bother with that. It doesn't feel safe enough to me. Does anyone know good counters to 713 Hulkbuster Boss? Spiked armor, dulled, hit me, I dare you. Hmm. That feels like that may have been before I got Tigra up, so I probably didn't use Tigra, but I probably used Claire Snoops. Longshot would probably be pretty fine as well. If you can afford to bring an Odin pre-fight, that would help for any of the shocks that get through. I instinctively try to go for War Machine Special 1 decks, even though yeah. The, the quick ones like that catch me occasionally. It took me a lot of times of getting absolutely wrecked before I really told myself, don't try and dex Arcus' Special 2. I'm not filtered here, right? Okay, good. Yeah, Gamora's updated special one has always been one that low-key scares me, especially since input started getting a little wonky. Fully dexed Bishop special one before. I have once or twice, but that is not one I go for if it matters. Yeah, Punisher is annoying on kinetic transference, unless you're using Reed or Miguel, which is why I send them there so often. These really give so few points. I think I'm done after this round. I'll do a little bit of Cav EQ. Thoughts on Chavez, Mangog, and Dragon Man for awakening or ranking up? Just pulled them recently, like them all for different reasons. I like Chavez and Dragon Man. Mangog's kit bothers me. I do not like it. I think that he's perhaps the clearest miss of the last here, but I mean, if you're enjoying him, especially with Odin, the fact that he's Nullify immune can be kind of nice. I don't know. Dragon Man is the most, like, is in the best shape right now. I don't think he particularly needs a buff. I do think that... Whoops. I do think that Mangog and Chavez need a buff, but I still quite like at least parts of their kit. The ability to deck specials is what separates good players from average players. That might be true. I don't love that description. That would probably put me closer to average. It is an important dividing line for sure. Got your alt to 100%. The legendary side quest honestly might be the best skill I've ever played. That's awesome. Enzo about to raid you? Thanks, No Scope. It's gonna be a little weird because I've never played Cav EQ with recoil on, but I'm waiting for things to come back, so this is where we are right now. That was close. I do love this feedback loop. Hey, Enzo, thanks so much for the raid, man. I appreciate it. Alright, let's heal up Venom Pool. Buffed Enzo raid. Hey, Lawrence. Welcome, Mark. That was weird. I really don't like how they tuned this particular global with a really short stun off of the evade. Anything is off about the way the kits line up. It just doesn't work, really. And I really hate that it triggers on dexes. Come on, dude. Wait it out. Unconscious competency. Thanks, Cesar. Currently doing some Cav EQ because I'm waiting for some things to recharge. Had a weird gap in the middle of my 5-star roster. Maybe I didn't press help soon enough on some of them. I don't know. Oof. Okay, that's roughly what I was going. Thanks for the average Mystic opinion. I like a little bit smaller abilities. Yeah, I agree. Negative cheeses this node? I am I am aware. It is a fun time. Thanks, Easy. I know that that's perhaps my biggest weakness. I should practice X's more often. Why did I do that? Do the direct damage. I really wish that was Shock. To make Red Skull a little bit more interesting to play around. If they could change that as part of his buff in exchange for making the rest of his kit better, that'd be awesome. I really hate doing questing content with recoil on, but it's manageable as long as you have enough. Oops. Cool, that works well. I don't know. I think that, like, There's the very old bones of what's of an interesting kit somewhere buried in Red Skull, but it's going to take some work to uncover it. All right, I'm going to be right back, everyone. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Okay, I'm back. Would the 4-star arena be more worth it during cooldown since I still need the units? I mean, I also need the 6-star stones and the shards from this. But I do appreciate the suggestion, BT, but I would prefer to finish this if I can. I'm not getting Pizza Slay. Although during this arena grind, that has been almost as much of my diet as you guys seem to think it is. Just because it's that much easier. Oh, he went unblockable as he went forward. That's stupid. Just die. Alright, that'll take. I'll take that. It's a flavored Cliff Bar. Ugh, that sounds gross. Good points. I finished Cav the first week. Yeah, I understand. I often do. That was... Ah! I hate what it does for the spacing. It's such a short stun. I mean, that was me. I just flat out got hit. But I really don't like the tuning on this node. Like, 2 extra tenths of a second, I think would remove almost all of my problems with it. But it's like just long enough to go like, oh, maybe I do have time to hit. And they're like, nope, no you do not. You are about to die. Don't know if anybody watches Archer from time to time. But that reminds me of the No Son, you're going to die. Alright, I'll take it. Come here. Risk it for the biscuit. I don't know, I'll think on that later. Alright. Something available yet? Nope. Alright. How's everyone's Tuesday? I don't think it was much worse than yours, Slay. Nah, I like meta. Here it goes. 2 hours out? Alright, I'll do a little bit more Cavi Q. I think I've got an energy refill about to expire too, anyway. I might as well. I still can't BT. I still think it's absolutely stupid that they waited this long. Like, Ghost was one of the first 6 stars. You're gonna tell me that Hype is more problematic? No thank you. No. Ghost is bad, though. Well, and as we all know, PWF, Hype is absolutely terrible if you cannot parry. Completely neuters his playstyle. There's nothing else to his kit. Hey, Metric, how's it going? You really enjoying Gamora? Hype would be a little broken, BT, if the stun on his special 2 was reliable. Then I would agree with you. But I have seen so many people get wrecked over the years because they overtrust that stun. I ain't doing that. Yeah, you have to react so quickly to that if you're worried about their specials. There we go. Thinking to rank 2 Gamora. Nice. Yeah, I've been hearing good things. At this point, I'm no longer taking day 1 X buff as bad reaction seriously. I completely agree. I really think there's a large portion of the player base that's like, not Red Magneto? Trash. But, like, I have no interest in those opinions. Yeah, I don't like Quake, but I gotta admit, with Hawkeye being good now, I might actually run that synergy for him. Oh god, that triggers the auto block? That's so annoying. Is there anything about this node that's tuned properly? Taking Penny off it. No, because I like her for Mysterio. Taking Eggs off the team next round. Someone said the fact that Null did 100,000 on a special 2 wasn't good enough. Yeah, the cult of big yellow numbers is really weird. only sad thing about her kit is that her True Strike on Special 3 is impractical. I suppose so. I haven't really played around with it much. Weird. I mean, I looked away from the screen, so... Oh, that was not my fault. Alright, I was ready. What are the conditions on her blocking unblockable specials? Strike that. Is she supposed to block unblockable specials? Hey, work. It's going okay. I'm waiting for some things to refresh, so decided to jump into CaviQ. Actually, I remember hearing about this. This is related to the fact that she can resist heavies, right? And it just also affects unblockable because I do not think, or was I not at 3? Was I not at 3 buffs? You know what? That's probably what it was. I haven't really been paying attention. Okay, I don't think Venom Pool is helping us out that much. Bring in Reed. What is it? Sinister Six. And... okay, so none of those are really good. Yeah, I'll just bring Odin for Surfer, and that'll work. He did proc the unblockable buff? Okay, I was. Thank you for saying that, because I wasn't looking, Metric. If he procced the unblockable buff, then she definitely should not have blocked that, unless I'm missing something in her kit. Because my guess is that it's a bug related to that 100% chance to resist a block break. That sounds very wrong. Doing stupid pot farming since the revives dried up. Ah, it's annoying when that happens. Hey, he can reach, so Reed can cheese this too. where you back up and bend things. Oh, that's... You know what? I'm restarting this one. I mean, yeah. I think I didn't take into account the disorient. God, do I love when they go unblockable as they're dashing. He was blocking Herc's unblockables last night. Really hope they fix that before she heads into war. Oh wait, she's already been in war. Weeks. Just really wonder what their testing process looks like if they don't test things like, do unblockable cosmics get through this champion that's not supposed to be able to block unblockables? Yeah, I don't know why I thought that would work. This will. Hey, Bugman. How's it going? No, I'm not throwing, or I'm not pushing you to your special too. I know what you're going to do. Bought 7-3 Cable today, went in with Magic. He instantly went for the regen. First unblockable hit got saved by a Limbo combo. Or, oh, I think I read that wrong. Oh, oh, he went unblockable in the middle of it. Of course he did. It's so annoying how the amount that the evade pushes you back is different if you're blocking versus if you're not. Because if I'm blocking, then I can't land the heavy after. If I'm just staying open and risking being hit in the face with a special, then I can land the heavy. We all love Unblockable Punisher Special 1. Absolutely, Matt. One of my favorite frigging things. Oh hey, first time inviting post-buff Gamora. Go fix it. Don't remind me, Easy. Come on, servers. I'm pausing right here because my girlfriend brought me a snack a minute ago, and I was like, you know what? While the server's doing that, I'm just gonna have another bite to eat. And then, of course, as soon as I picked it up, as soon as I grabbed the fork, it loaded. Joke's on you. I'm gonna eat anyway. I'm doing well, Matt. Just doing some CAV while waiting for arena champions to cool down. Yeah. I like the new tag system. I do not like this node. Oh, Karate Mike's video for Joe Fix It lost his mind. Not sure what you mean by that. Wait, wasn't I supposed to get cross charges? Aren't Fantastic Four part of it? Oh no, not this one. Just science. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Yeah, the stun timer is not long enough. It's extremely frustrating. Dang it, you just knew he was gonna do that. Waiting until... This is not arena, no. I'm waiting on champions to come back, so I'm doing a little bit of Cav EQ. Because 6-star shards are good. I hate this stupid node so much. There we go. More happy with Kingpin? Congrats. Yeah, Kingpin is amazing. I actually think that a fair number of them are solid, Matt. But not this one. Not this one at all. I really despise this. Despise is a strong word, and this node deserves it. Odin is fun, Slay. Potion farming with Odin is still potion farming. I hate that so much. Oops. Yeah, I use the 4-hour crystals too, but you know, wasn't quite enough for my abyss runs for Karina's, which is why I just ended up doing my last run basically not using potions. You have 1450? Well, then you're not using them. Either that or you're, like, not doing content. That's... Jeez. Or you're just better than all of us and don't need to heal in Abyss, I guess. Is a very high number. Thoughts on rank 3 anti-venom unduped? I really think that his kit is built around his dupe. Earlier today, Mazmaz Simula was on stream, or was in chat, and said he would not rank 3 him. I would not use a generic gem on him either. That's a very high bar. I'm not sure he meets it. I would also not use a generic on I-Bomb or Overseer, unless I badly needed Overseer for Prestige. I was planning to Sig 200 him right away. But that's pretty much it. The harsh tones of your professor. Hey Bean, how's it going? I have 1750, open 400 for Karina's. When did you do the first round of Karina's, though, PWF? Because that could also be a compounding factor. Because I used quite a bit for those, and mine were not that long. I cannot believe that heavy did not land. It went freaking through him. Alright. I mean, that's what they're there for, Bean. In my opinion, that's exactly what those crystals are there for. Nah, Matt, I'm waiting for the announcement on that. I'm not shelling out for that. I really dislike Gilly 99 with nodes on her. I know that's a very generic statement. Not a fan. so much. And that one. I'm just getting tilted. Things are going to change, Matt. They said they're looking at it. I really don't feel like thinking about it much until they do. Like, no. Most of us cannot afford war if they don't change it, but they're going to change it. And if they don't, then they've ruined their own game, and there's not much I can do about it. Didn't mean to do that. She always leaves such nice openings for intercepts, though. So rude of her. That's what I mean. If you're blocking, you're thrown back too far. And then none of my dexes are working. Maybe I need a nap, but like it really feels like it's just lagging really bad right now. Yeah, alright, I'm officially tilted. This isn't worth it. I'm gonna restart this one. I'm gonna go check on Arena, and if my champs aren't back, I'm gonna take a nap, because I clearly need one. I did say I was up earlier than I wanted to be this morning. God, is that what's left? Okay, 1 hour. Alright, I'm not gonna go through help again for all of those. I'm just gonna call the stream here. Sorry for ending it on a bad note, guys. I just don't have the reflexes right now. I definitely don't have the reflexes to deal with weird things happening, which I really do feel like they were. Oh, no, that's if anything, it's the inverse problem, Matt. Because let me check if I still have outstanding. Yeah, only 64 of them. So, like, yeah, they can hit it slightly more, but they've been doing a really good job of sending it back. And I've been hitting help more than once per refresh for most of my champions. So I'm definitely not gonna give anybody any crap. They've been doing great. Thanks, Metric. I will be back later, and hopefully in a better mood and a bit better rested. So I will catch y'all then, maybe in an hour, or maybe I'll do some more off stream and then come back later. But I'll see then. Take care, everyone. For hanging.